Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. This is your Akazaki Yahoo, and I start this broadcast as I will start any broadcast by first of all giving all praise, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushua Hamashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say shalom, wabarukim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together. And we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High power, under one covenant. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm joined this evening or this afternoon by my most esteemed Ak Kenaniah. Shabbat shalom, Aki.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, Maki. Shabbaton Yasharal. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High, and shalom to all the family scattered through the four quarters of the earth. Let's get the banner up here for the Sabbath. For the Sabbath. All praises, man. I'm in a festive type of mood
All
for
praise.
this Sabbath. Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. And just first of all, let me just say how thankful I am for another Sabbath, Yom. And we certainly don't take it lightly that the Most High has allowed us to come together once again and gather uh, and to bring um, more reading out. At this for this time of year, or this time of the week, I should say. Uh, we watched last night the news on the attack on the brother by his own people, and he was attacked and brutally beaten by people who are supposed to be protecting and serving our communities. And instead, he had his life stolen from him. He was murdered in cold blood.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it just so happened that video footage exists of this completely brutal and relentless attack by his own people, not even the slave catchers. It's his our own people attacking and brutalizing us on video, and it's so appalling. And I happened to post. I don't think it was yesterday. I think it was the day before yesterday, or it might have been. It was one of these days. I can't remember. But I happened to post on Facebook. I don't think time has been worse than it is right now.
Yeah, Khan, I saw that. I did
Yeah,
see that post 2 days ago, I believe.
couple of days. Yeah, it's
Oh,
been recently. But I don't think time has been worse than it is right now. And the sad part about it, it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get any better. It's going to get
uh,
worse.
I mean, you're absolutely right, Ak. We are, you know, you throw into all of the ways that we are meeting our demise, whether it is abortion, whether it is disease, whether it is the penitentiary,
Mm-hmm.
destroying our lives like that. Um, then you have this situation there in Memphis. You and I had a chance to talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
uh, last night, and these brothers are in a position to have a positive impact in their community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uh, it's an honorable profession. You know, and these brothers are, I'm not gonna condone their actions, but that police department is a culture of violence and
Mm-hmm.
wickedness in itself anyway. Um, but just sad. I'm saddened by what is going on there, and it's also appalling that you don't see more people upset.
Mm-hmm.
Like how it usually is. But this is the way that we behave when it's black on black crime. We have become numb to it,
Mm-hmm.
which is I can only imagine how the Abba feels about how him watching us treat one another.
Right. Con, 100%. And that takes us right back to my favorite script, uh, Leviticus chapter 18. In fact, let's go ahead and bring it out here. And let me go ahead and grab it real quick here. Leviticus 18. Well, not 18. 19.
19
19.
and 18, I
Yeah.
believe.
Kind. Let me see. Yeah. Kind. 19. Actually 17. Let me get it. I got it right here. Starting at 17 here. This is my favorite. This is the reason why it's my favorite, because if we had this as we should have, uh, there would be none. This wouldn't exist. If we would have kept and held fast to this, we wouldn't see five brothers jumping on one brother and beating him to death to the point where he's passed on now. It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, and verse 17. You shall not hate your brother in your heart. You shall in any wise rebuke your neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Verse 18. You shall not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am Yahuwah. Who gave us this? This does not come from Moshe. This did not come from Aharon. This did not come from Miriam. This did not come from Jacob. This did not come from Judah. Any of these other people, this came from the Most High, the
Hmm.
the Creator of all. His representative is the one that gave us this. That's why he put his signature right here at the bottom of it. I am Yahuwah. You shall not avenge nor bear any grudge. So let's say this brother did was reckless driving, or somehow you mace yourself trying to mace him. You shall not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of your people. If
Con.
you thought it took mace to put forth an arrest of a man you had on the ground, as if you watched the video as we watched it, there was no cause for any mace. There was no cause for, certainly wasn't any cause for the the brutal beating. One of the doggone uh, knuckleheads, I don't even know what to call them, so can't call them brothers, but one of them beat the man so bad he injured himself.
Con.
Was
You
up
can, yeah.
hobbling, trying to walk it off.
Uh, Con, Salakia,
Go
not
ahead.
trying to cut you off, but
Go ahead.
just lamb backing off of that. There was another. It might even be the same brother. At one point, you could see where he was hunched over because he was
Mm-hmm.
tired from beating him.
Con,
He
con,
literally beat this man till he was tired.
exactly, exactly. I mean, just horrible. And to think, how many years ago was Rodney King? Was what, 92, 93,
91.
91?
Yeah, Con. I was in the eighth grade.
Con. So here we are now in what the Greeks and the Romans call 2023, and now we're doing it to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Our own people are doing it to ourselves, and it is absolutely and utterly appalling.
Con.
Because
Now the riots were actually in '92.
okay,
Yeah,
con.
Con.
Well, I mean, you see how quickly they acted. They fired these men immediately. Immediately, they fired them.
Mm-hmm.
They've already been relinquished of their jobs. They didn't fire them police officers in in Los Angeles like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It was, yeah, the police officers here with Breonna Taylor weren't released immediately.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Exactly. These brothers was fired on the spot. Like, oh y'all, okay, well you fired,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how they do. It's not. There's no equality in this kingdom. There's no equality in this country for the so-called black man. You got no business doing what you're doing, but don't think that they're gonna let you get away, because anytime they got a chance to bring you down, they're gonna do it, whether you in the right or the wrong. If they can bring you down, then they're gonna bring you down.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you won't hear much talk of this brother, of his history. I'm pretty sure, because now the focus is destroying these five men who savagely beat this brother. Something that they was probably uh, would have been applauding if they'd have been there. But now they're gonna uh, suffer the judgment. Uh, not only from the not only the judgment they're gonna get in this country, get from the Most High,
Con.
because they would not
Indeed.
uh, keep this word that the Most High have given. Now they probably don't even know. They probably don't even think this exists.
Mm-hmm.
Probably don't know nothing about not avenging or bearing any grudge against the children of your people. He's saying that those who are of your same stock, those who look like you, who share ancestry with you, you don't bear any grudge or avenge against your own people. And yet here we are in the opposite, in the world of opposites. So sad as that is, it is the Sabbath day, it's the Sabbath Yom, and man, I'm thankful for another Sabbath. And this is why we cannot take this stuff lightly. We can't just come in and it's another Sabbath to to keep the Sabbath. No, it's another time for us to get to the word of the Most High, and to be edified and to praise the Most High
That's
for
right.
allowing us to make it to another week, because that could have been any of us. That brother didn't do nothing extraordinary to end up in that situation, and now he's gone on. He's sleeping with his fathers,
Mm-hmm.
with our fathers, I should say. And but it is what it is. Sad to say, but man, just keep the brothers family in prayer. And is I don't know what this man had, if he had children, if he had a wife, if he had what he was responsible for. But when you think about that, a man being and he was not this wasn't an elderly man. This was a young man. If he had a wife and a child or children that he was trying to take care of, I don't know. But if he did, that's a father, a husband gone,
Con.
and leaving that woman and those children in a quite a situation.
Indeed.
Like, or even if he had baby mamas and children. I don't know. I don't know the brother. I don't know what he had going on.
He was
But
loved by someone. We know that
yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Exactly. So he certainly didn't deserve to you know, be destroyed like that by his own people.
All right.
And that's the worst part of it, is that it was our own people in this situation. So, oh gracious, well, uh, yeah. And I wonder what them brothers are thinking now that they didn't realize that they caught, and I guess they thought they was gonna get some reprieve or some leeway because they was police, and when they saw that there was no reprieve for them,
Mm-hmm.
no leeway for them, no they don't get the same treatment as if they was uh members of the people that's in charge. You know what I'm saying? I
Indeed.
wonder how they.
Now it's deep because before you had mentioned the Rodney King situation, which
Hmm.
was 22 years ago.
Hmm.
Uh, you know those police officers were not found guilty. I don't think they lost their jobs.
Hmm.
Now, 22 years later in the future, fast forward to the future, and these brothers are losing their jobs
Immediately.
immediately. You know,
Hmm.
yeah, it's just you've taken your brother's life. You
Hmm.
know, is I'm not saying that you can't be forgiven for that, but
Hmm.
you know, there needs to be some type of atonement, you know.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. In the scripture, and then we can go to that one too. Matter of fact, let me bring this up. Uh, what did it say? Blood, foul, the land. Uh, let me get that right quick. That's Numbers. Yep, Numbers 35 and 33. Let's get that real quick as well. Uh, let's get that real quick as well. Numbers 35. Remember when we was reading this and we was reading the Torah about 33, 65
And
series.
you know, a point I was trying to make.
Oh, go ahead.
I forgot what I what I was talking
So
about.
like,
But you know, you had mentioned like the awesome job, and but you know they didn't think that they were going to lose their job. You know what I mean?
mm-mm,
Because it's fairly new that police officers are losing their job when they're doing stuff like this. This is something within the last, I'd say, not even 10 years,
mm-hmm,
because you know we saw what happened when they choked the brother out back in 2014,
mm-hmm,
or Mike Brown in 2014. A
mm-hmm.
year later than that, you know, they choked the brother out in New
Eric
York.
Garner. Mm-hmm.
And they didn't
Staten
find him
Island.
guilty. You know what I mean? So this only
Mm-hmm.
new that they
Mm-hmm.
charging officers. So you know they just didn't think it was gonna happen to him.
No, no. They look at those other situations and the DA say no true bill, which means no crime was committed.
Right.
That's what they was expecting. They was expecting it to be said that they didn't do anything wrong, but instead they get fired immediately and facing prosecution for the death of this in this 501 attack of this unarmed, unaggressive brother whose life has been cut down and he's gone on and leaving behind whatever his situation was, whatever he had. And these now I hope it don't come out. It looks like I'm thinking like I'm hoping it don't come out that he was LGB whatever or something like that. I hope that don't
It's
come
funny
out.
that you mentioned that too,
Mm.
because I kind of thought,
You thought the
well,
same thing?
I when I was hearing him speak, it kind of made me think that, you know, but
Mm.
you know,
I
I
hope
don't
that's
know.
not the
You know, we
case,
don't.
but
I don't want to bear
yeah,
false witness, so I don't want to say that. You know,
yeah. Well, I hope that's not the case. I hope it wasn't or with that situation.
Con.
But these brothers, these five fellas who jumped on this man uh, on his camera was thinking that they was going to get a no true bill. But we don't get Israel don't get no true bill. Israel is fully accountable for the evil that we do. We pay for our evil.
Hmm.
Thus says the Most High Power. So you don't get to do evil and then just let it go. Uh, no big deal. No, you was all right. No, doesn't work like that. Uh, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse 33. It says, "So you shall not pollute the land wherein you are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it." So, and with that, before the if we was basically, I'm trying to get my words right here. If we was in our own land, them fellas would be put to death
Hmm.
because they done defiled the land with this man's blood.
Indeed.
And and yeah, the land can't be cleansed until they blood is shed.
Hmm.
So uh but yeah, let's move on from that though. But man, that's a hard reality to deal with. So we certainly don't take it lightly, another Sabbath day that we're able to come here and uh, to the text and read the word of the Most High to really for edification and for understanding, because He didn't have to allow us to be here, but He is, and we're thankful for
Hmm.
another Sabbath day.
Indeed.
Hallelujah, praise Yah.
Hallelujah.
Yes, indeed. All right. So we're in Dibre Hayamim Bête, uh, chapter number 15. That's the second book of Chronicles for the non-Hebrew understanders. uh, Verse number 1 is the prophet uh, Azariah wa-
Con.
warns Asa. Told her I keep. Look, some of these words are sticking. I'm getting some of these. Oh,
You
all
get that?
praise. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise Yah indeed. All right, verse 1. And the Spirit of the Most High came upon Azariah, the son of Oded. Oded. I put a B instead of a D. Of Oded. Uh, and he went out to meet Asa and said unto him, Hear, hear you me, Asa, and all of Yehuda and Benjamin. Yahuwah is with you while you be with him. And if you seek him, he will be found of you. But if you forsake him, he will forsake you. Man, that is such a whew, that is a powerful saying right there.
Mm-hmm.
I had to look at I had to once I got to the end of that. Hold on, let me read that again. Let me read verse 2 again. Now then this is Azariah the prophet, all right, son of Oded. And he went out to meet Asa and said unto him, Hear me, Asa, and all of Yehuda and Benjamin. Yahuwah is with you while you be with him. And if you seek him, he will be found of you. So if you look for him, you'll find him. But check out the caveat. But if you forsake him,
Mm-hmm.
he will forsake you. I mean, that tells you right there, you got to walk in the way of the Most High. You can't go about this thing your own way. Because if you're not searching him the way he wants you to search him, you're not gonna find him. He will forsake you. If you go about it the way he sets you forth for you to go about it, then you'll find him. That's exactly what this man of the Most High, what this prophet of the Most High is telling. Asa is the new king of Yehuda.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't understand this, Asa is the new king, and he sent his man of his own man to tell this new king, look here, man. If you want to go about this thing the right way, the Most High gonna be with you. But if you decide you want to do your own thing, you won't find the Most High. The Most High won't be with you with that. All right. Just wanted to drive that point home. Verse 3. Now for a long season, Israel had been without the true power and without the teaching a teaching priest and without law. So that's telling you where they were at this time. They was off, way off, because before Asa, last night we were reading uh, uh, Jeroboam, not Jeroboam, Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, and he had some hits and misses. And after him, who was it after him, Mike? You remember?
After who? Rehoboam?
Yeah.
After Rehoboam, it was
Let me go back.
man, we just covered it last night too.
Let me go back. Yeah, let me go back. Let me go back here. Uh, Abiyah.
Yeah,
Abiyah.
Abiyah Khan.
Yeah. Abiyah. So Caesar. He did. When we got down here, we saw what he did evil. First of all, he was fighting against his brothers in the Northern Kingdom. They spent a lot of time doing that, and so yeah, we had that. I don't want to say wicked king, but he did that which was evil in the sight of the Most High, and so much that the Ethiopians came up. Uh, but he delivered Asa from the Ethiopians, as we read in chapter 14. So here we are now in chapter 15. This is post, and I should have recapped this before we got going, but I had to talk about that situation that happened in real life and yesterday, what was going on yesterday instead of what we read last night. So uh, anyhow, but yeah, so for a long season, Israel was without the true power and without a teaching priest and without law. Verse 4, I'm not going to prolong this thing. Verse 4, but uh, they when they were in their trouble, Salakia, but when they Slacky. But when they, in their trouble, did turn to Yahuwah, power of Israel, and sought him, he was found of them. So when they called on the Most High, and not just in words, but when they sought to uh, you know keep his ways,
Hmm.
then he was found, and they got the help that they needed, and things went well. That's what we read in chapter 14 yesterday,
Con.
verse 5. And in those times there was no peace to him that went out, nor to him that came in, but great vexations were upon the inhabitants of the countries. And the nations, Slakia, and nation was destroyed of nation, and city of city. And the Most High did vex them with all adversaries, with all adversity, Salakia,
Con.
Salakia. Verse 7. But you, but you strong, therefore, be strong, therefore, and let not your hand be weak, for your work shall be rewarded. I wish he'd have said your good work right there.
Hmm.
Your work will be rewarded. Yeah,
Well,
your good.
we can kind of draw the conclusion that it
Mhm.
was good work if you're getting a reward. You know.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the reason I was saying that is because yes, your work will be rewarded,
Hmm.
and your good work will be rewarded with good benefits. And guess what? Your negative work or your bad work gonna be rewarded with negative benefits. So when you go into idolatry and dealing with all manners of evil, you're gonna get rewarded for that too. It's just
Hmm.
gonna be a negative reward. So, kind. Asa reforms, verse 8. And when Asa heard these words, and the prophets of Obed, Slaki, and the prophecy of Oded, I should have looked at Oded. I don't remember his name. I don't remember looking at that, but we'll look at that here in just a moment. And the prophecy of Oded the prophet, and took he took courage and put away the abominable idols out of the land of Yehuda and Benjamin, and out of the cities which he took from the Mount Ephraim, and renewed the altar of Yahuwah that was before the porch of Yahuwah. See, I honestly, and let's look at Asa's name since we're right here, 'cause I don't recall what it was.
Healer.
Yeah, healer in
Injurious.
interest. Con. Let's look at Oded here. Oh,
It's serving, isn't it?
restore.
Store. Okay.
Yeah. Obed. Obed is servant,
Okay. All right.
but
Con.
Oded, Ded, or De Dade.
I was thinking those were the same words, but one was got an E in it, and the other one has a
B.
B. Con.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. That's what I said. Let me take a look at that one. So uh but yeah, man. I mean, so Asa's bringing them along and getting rid of the idols, you know. And why are these things even here? Because we only what this is only what 4 generations from Dawid,
Con.
and here he is removing idols, getting rid of things that we shouldn't be dealing with. 4 generations later. So my father, so me, my father, his father, that's my grandfather, my father's father would be my grandfather, and then the father before him. So my great grandfather was a righteous man. Then came my grandfather, and then my father, and then here I come. Now I'm having to remove idols. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? To put that in perspective, like he was righteous doing the way of the Most High. My great grandfather was righteous doing the ways of the Most High. He had a son, and his son had a son, and then his son's son had me, and here I am coming cleaning up a mess because of these. That's what we're looking at right here. Just making it, trying to make it life for for the people. So, all right, verse 9. And he gathered all Yehuda and Benjamin and the strangers with them out of Ephraim and Manasseh and out of Simeon. You see that, Art?
Wow.
Kind. I was like, is I reading this right? Yeah, I was like, you see that? Out of Manasseh and Simeon. And they fell out of Israel in abundance. And they fell out of him, Slakia, for they fell to him out of Israel in abundance. When they saw that Yahuwah, his power was with him.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but what I'm feel like I'm what we're reading is uh a lot of these northern tribes
Are called
ended up
strangers.
uh,
They calling them strangers, and yes, and they're referencing them as strangers. And he gathered all of Yehuda and Benjamin and the strangers with them out of Ephraim and Manasseh and out of Simeon. Why were they strangers? Because they fell to him out of Israel. This Israel will be the northern kingdom in abundance. Why? When they saw that Yahuwah, his power, was with him. That's exactly what we read now. That's why I was like, what?
so this is strangers that were in the northern tribes that joined up with southern kingdom.
Yeah, yeah. He's referencing them as strangers. And Chronicles, in Second Chronicles, in Dibre Hayamim Bête, chapter 15. I don't think anybody's. I don't remember anybody referencing this.
And you know what, I remember in Kings when we were reading about him, it wasn't a great detail of his
Mhm,
acts, you know what I mean,
mhm.
what he did. it
No.
just it just talked about what type of king he was.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, wow. I'm surprised. I mean, why? You would think you would have seen this like constantly, especially by the camps. Like, oh, who the strangers? Let's see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't ever remember seeing this.
So who are these strangers, you think?
I mean, it's telling us exactly who they are, and the strangers of them out of Ephraim, Manasseh, and Simeon. It's calling them strangers, and they came along because they heard or they because they saw that Yahuwah, his power, who is his, the his right here is Asa.
So southern kingdom is really more than Yehuda and Benjamin and Levi then.
Yeah, yeah, and I've always attested to that
Mm-hmm.
because we can say yeah, but no, it's not possible that some of them wouldn't have stayed with us. That some of them wouldn't have stayed, and I'm saying us. I mean, I'm referring to Southern Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the North would have came down because we know the relationship between Yehuda and Simeon
Mm-hmm.
and uh,
Those brothers with the same mother.
mother. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. We've seen too much where they've been thick. They've constantly been thick. But here we're seeing Ephraim and Manasseh. So these are Raquel's children
Yeah, these are
from
Yosef's
yourself.
sons.
Yeah. Which represent Raquel, Rachel.
Indeed.
So,
So
uh,
all of Rachel's children are with Southern Kingdom.
well, yeah, yeah, because Benjamin,
Benjamin, yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, that makes perfectly good sense. So, yeah, absolutely. Uh, but yeah, that's quite interesting. Quite interesting. I don't remember seeing that script before, but
I remember reading and we probably cover that. I don't know if we'll cover it today. We might, but during the time of King Hezekiah,
mhm,
he had a feast, a Passover feast,
mhm,
and all of those northern tribes that remained after the Assyrian captivity came.
yeah, yeah. I remember that. I remember us reading that in Kings. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll probably get into that in more detail. I don't know if it'll be in these 10 that we're reading But yeah, it'll definitely be if not this week, then probably next week.
Actually,
So
I think we will cover that. Well,
get into
I'm
that.
not sure. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll
Because
see.
he's like Hezekiah is like a grandson of Asa, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because these chapters are short, so
Yeah, you're right.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see here. Verse 10. So they gathered themselves together at Jerusalem in the third month on the 15th year of the reign of Asa, and they offered unto Yahuwah the same time and of the spoils which they had brought, 700 ox and 7,000 sheep. And they entered into the covenant to seek Yahuwah, power of their fathers, with all of their hearts and with all of their soul, that whatsoever would Slakia, that whosoever would not seek Yahuwah, power of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. Whoever ain't trying to get down with Abba, you got to go. Because we done had our butts kicked too much and we ain't doing it no more. So either you're gonna get on board or you got to go. Period.
Mhm.
You got to go. You got to go. It's got to come to that. Verse 14. It's got to come to that because that's coming back. That's what's going to be in this wilderness. We ain't gonna have to put our hands to them. They're gonna the Most High gonna make it be. Gonna make it be. Uh, Whether it's the earth opening up and people dropping down, or yeah, he put the spirit on brothers, and all of a sudden you see swords swinging and blood splattering.
Hmm.
Hey, just know, hey, it is what it is. I don't look forward to that, but hey, when if you're not trying to get with the program, you got to go because
Come.
we gonna be about serving our Father, and we're gonna have to worry about these heathens locking us up and putting us in chains for disciplining our own people. So, verse 14, and they swore unto Yahuwah with a loud voice, and they shouted, and with trumpets, Slaki, and with shoutings, and with trumpets, and with cornets, and all of Yehuda rejoiced at the oath, and they had sworn with all of their heart, and sought him with their whole desire, and he was found of them, and Yahuwah gave them rest round about. And see, that's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
When you seek the Abba, he will give you what you have been desiring. The reason that we are in turmoil, the reason we have been in turmoil, is because we have not sought him. We have been content with the wickedness of these other people. And that's why we've been dealing with things that we've been dealing with. That's why we have black on black crime, black police officers ganging up on one black brother and beating him to the point that he dies.
Right.
That's why we're dealing with these things in this manner. And not only that, but also the Eric Garner situation, the Breonna Taylor situation, the Trayvon Martin situation, the what's the other brother that got killed in Ferguson?
Michael Brown.
Michael Brown, the Michael Brown situation. All
Hmm.
these situations we deal with because we have not sought the Most High with our whole heart, with our whole what did it say? Uh, with their whole desire. And they
Hmm.
sought him with their whole desire because we haven't sought him with our whole desire. Uh, he hadn't been found of us, but he's starting to make his presence known, and you can see it in brothers like this, keeping the Sabbath day in the Scripture, uh, putting it on YouTube, putting it on Facebook for people to see, for people to hear, and for people to gain understanding. So we're starting to see some turnaround, and it's just a matter of time. However long the time is, it's just a matter of time. All praises to the Father, man. Verse 16. And also concerning Ma'akai, Kai, Ka,
Maka.
Ma'aka. All praises, Ma'aka. I was close, Kai. I was
Hmm.
like Kaya. Also concerning Ma'aka, the mother of Asa. the king. He removed her from being queen because she had made an idol in the grove. And Asa cut down her idol and stomped it
Mm.
and burnt it at the brook of Kidron. All praises, man, for the King Asa for being a stand-up king of Yehuda.
Now, who did they say this Maacah was? I want to
Said
know who her father was.
it said Maacah, the mother of Asa.
Yeah, but who? I wonder who her people were. Like,
Oh, who she come
I'm
from?
wondering was she descended from Dawid, like we read about these other uh mothers.
Look at her name,
Oppression.
Look at her name, She was no good from the womb.
Huh?
No good. And I don't know where she came from. Let's see what she said.
Daughter
Father,
of Absalom.
okay. She's the daughter. Okay, kind. That's what it is then. That's what it is. So she happened to birth him.
Oh
Yeah.
well, yeah, she birthed Abiyah. Oh no, she birthed Asa, like it's
That's,
saying.
hmm
But that said she birthed Abiyah.
Oh, let me go back. Let me go back. I saw that and was like, kind of close the book.
And daughter of Absalom, wife of King Rehoboam of Yehuda, and mother of King Abiyam of Yehuda. I wonder, is this his name? Another name for him?
For Asa?
Yeah.
Hmm. Wait, didn't we see Abiyam? Hmm.
And see, Asa's father was Abiyah. So maybe his name was Abiyam, or this is a misprint. Because yeah, well, this is the same. This is the same family.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Rehoboam. Uh. Hmm. Wasn't okay. If I'm trying to remember this correctly, there was a queen. There was a woman who was calling herself queen, and they got rid of her, and they killed her. Because she killed everybody, and they hid the child, the baby.
It was Josiah or Yash, I believe, that was saved.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It was Yasha or Yosha. I can't remember which one it was.
Okay. That wasn't Asa. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Con. Yeah, I remember Asa being. The thing I remember about Asa, he was diseased in his feet. That's the. That's what ended up taking him out, and then he sought the physicians instead of the Most High. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, which he did this good here. I don't know why. You got to seek the Most High in all things. But these things that are written aforetime are written for our learning,
That's
and that's
right.
what we always got to remember. So we're not that we being critical, trying to run these his past people down. It's just that you got to learn from these situations. We got to learn. We got to when we read this, we got to learn for ourselves, and we got to bring out the points for the people to see. So, verse 17. But the high places were not taken away out of Israel. Nevertheless, the heart of Asa was perfect all his days, and he brought into the house of the Most High the things that his father had dedicated, and that he himself had dedicated, silver and gold and vessels. And there was no more war until the 5 and 30th, the 5 and 30th year of the reign of Asa. So he went 35 years with no war because of his righteousness and seeking the Most High. Anytime you declare, look here, man, I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta take it there. Look here, man. If you ain't with Abiyah, you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you make a declaration like that, your kingdom gonna prosper. You can expect to get some positivity out of your kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So make a mental note.
Come.
All right. This is Dibre Hayamim Bête, chapter 16, Asa's war against Basha,
Baasha.
Baasha, Salakia, Baasha, Baasha. I hate those double A's. But it's all good. I think this is I don't know who this is. Is this Oh yeah, this is the northern kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, verse 1, 16, verse 1. And in the 6th and 13th year of the reign of Asa, Baasha, king of Israel, came up against Yehuda and built Ramah to the intent that he might let none go out or come in to Asa, king of Yehuda. And Asa brought out silver and gold out of the treasury of the house of Yahuwah and of the king's house, and sent the Ben Hadad Ben Hadad Salakia, and sent to Ben Hadad, king of Syria, that dwelt in Damascus, saying, Salakia. Before we get to that, let's check out this cat's name. I hope I'm not saying something wrong here. I don't remember his what his name means. Yeah, it is. Son of a false idol.
Mm-hmm.
His name was that. Oh, gracious. I felt that. I was like, I think that's not something I should be saying, but Slakia. All right. Saying, there is a league, this is verse 3, by the way. There is a league between me and you, and there was between my father and your father. Behold, I have sent you silver and gold. Go, break their league with that evil one, uh, or Baasha. We need to look at his name too. King of Israel, that he may depart from me. Let's take a look at his name as well. I know we looked at this before, but I don't remember what it was. Baasha,
Basha.
wicked. Wow. Why in the world would anybody name their son in Israel name their son wicked? That is crazy. All right, verse 4. And that evil name, the son of evil, hearkened unto King Asa, and sent captains of his armies against the cities of Israel, and he smote uh, Ayan
Mm-hmm.
and Dan and
Abel Maim.
Abel Maim. I don't know if we've seen that one before.
Mm-hmm.
And all the store cities of Naphtali. So let's check out that Abel name. Well, let's also check out. I remember looking at this one, but man, I can't remember what these were. Ayon,
Yon.
a ruin, a place northern Palestine belonging to the tribe of Naphtali. A ruin, we know what Dan is. Uh, let's check out his name.
Abal Mayim.
Abalmaim. Meadows of Waters. Okay, I do recall that now that we look at it. Meadows of Waters. Abalmaim. All right, let's continue. And it came to pass, verse 5, Salakia. I always jump ahead too quick. Verse 5. And it came to pass when Baasha heard it, he left off the building of Ramah and let his work cease. And Asa the king took all of Yehuda and carried away the stones of Ramah and the timber thereof, wherewith Baasha was building, and built there Gabah and Mishpah. All right, let's check out Mishpah. I know that's a location, but I don't
Yeah.
recall what it meant.
I want to say it's in the territory of Ben Amin.
Watchtower. Okay. So right. So this is a watchtower that he built in that area. I'm guessing
Mm-hmm.
as he as he took away what he was doing initially. So okay, let's continue. Verse 7. Asa imprisons the prophet. Sounds unusual, but I'm sure there's a good reason for this. Let's check it out. Verse 7. And at that time, Hananiah, Hanai,
Hanani.
Hanani, Hanani, Salaki, Todaki, the seer came to Asa, king of Yehuda, and said to him, because you have reviled or relied on the king of Assyria and not relied on Yahuwah your power. Therefore, the host of the king of Syria escaped out of your hand. Oh, so this is not a so this is some folly that he did
Mm-hmm.
because yeah he should have. It's strange that he sent messengers to the king of Syria, especially with that wicked tail name.
Right, con.
You know what I'm saying? So verse 8. Uh, were not the Ethiopians and Libameans, Libims,
Mm-hmm.
a huge host and very many chariots and horsemen? Yet because you didn't rely on Yahuwah, he delivered them unto Shalaki. Because you did rely on Yahuwah, he delivered them unto your hand. For the eyes of Yahuwah run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards him. Herein you have done foolishly. Therefore, from henceforth you shall have wars. Oh man, that's terrible. So he should have went to Yahuwah. Uh, so again, I'm reiterating this because of the lesson that it's teaching us. Asa should have went to Yahuwah instead of going to the king of Syria to see about his brother in the northern kingdom coming against him.
Con.
All right, verse 10. Then Asa was wroth with the seer and put him in prison house. I'm surprised it didn't say ward right there. Put him in a prison house, for was an he was in a rage with him because of this thing. And Asa oppressed some of the people the same time. Asa, boy, he could go off when he wanted to, couldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Man, did we read this last time? I don't think we read this. Is this the Kings? I don't remember this. No, it's not referenced here to the Kings. We see it here. I remember reading that. But see where it goes, Asa in prison's prophet? We don't see a reference to that in Kings. But when we get here, we see it referenced. So this must be pretty slacky. What was that seer's name? Did we look at his name?
No, we didn't. But it was
Okay.
Hanani, I believe.
Hanani Khan. Let's check out his name real quick. Kana
Hanani.
Kanani. Gracious. That's a good name. Hanani. Okay. All right. Let's continue. He even put some of the people. I'm like, what? Oppress some of the people? What? What you doing, Asa? I was just bigging you up. Verse 11. And behold, the acts of Asa, first and last, lo, are they not written in the book of the kings of Yehuda and Israel? Yeah, so we got the book of Kings. Verse 12. And Asa was 30 and 9 years old when in his reign, Salakia. And Asa, look, I done added his
That's what I
age in
was
there.
thinking. I was like, wait a minute.
That's not what we read here. I'm sorry, Salakia, my apologies. Let me start over verse 12 and take my time reading through this. And Asa, in the uh, 30th and ninth year of his reign, was diseased in his feet, until the disease was exceedingly great. Yet in his disease he sought not Yahuwah, but to the physicians. And Asa slept with his fathers, and died in 1 and 40th year of his reign. And they buried him in his own sepulchre, which he had made for himself in the city of Dawid, and laid him in the bed, which he filled with sweet odors, and divine kinds of spices prepared by the aristocrat. Is that aristocrat? No, no.
Uh, apothecaries,
Apothecary.
apothecaries.
Apothecaries.
I
Arts.
believe. I'm not even sure what that is.
Okay, we're gonna take a look at it and see if we can get it in phonetics there. And they made a very great burning for him. And they made a very great burning for him. What kind of great burning? That's my first time hearing that. All right, let's check out this word that we don't. Uh, oh, so that's a okay. So that's not a Hebrew word. Merkatha. Mer K I K H.
Mirkak, I thought Markaka
Makakath. Makakath.
sound like
Ointment.
Klingon.
Yeah. Ointment, mixture of ointment. Okay, so that was an ointment that it was referring to. But it didn't give us like a break of this word here. So let's go to Google and see what we find here. See if we can find what this word is. It looked like a Greek word,
Mm-hmm.
proper noun, or popular noun. A person who is prepared to and sold medicine and drugs.
Hmm.
So it's like a chemist, interest in chemistry. Eventually, he became an whatever this word is, which allowed him to pursue his interest in chemistry. Hmm. Yeah, that is. Let me see what it says. Apothecary is what she said. Apothecary.
Okay, con.
Apothecary. So I never heard of that word before. So I guess because I don't study drugs. All praises. All right. Jehoshaphat. Remember Jehoshaphat? Uh, trying to remember what kind of king he was
he,
in the
he,
Book of Kings.
he was a good king, if my memory serves me correct. A
All
righteous
praises.
king, I'll say. You know.
All praises. Well, we should get some good stuff out of this then. We into the second book of Chronicles in the 17th chapter, and we haven't gotten any. We've got nothing out of Yehuda. I mean, out of Northern Kingdom.
Yeah, con. You're right.
Yeah, I thought it was going to, really detail these situations, because when we read, like, aren't they written in the Chronicles of Israel, the kings of Israel and Judah?
You're right.
So
And I want to say that the Northern Kingdom has probably had about two or three kings now.
by this time, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because
Well, we read
remember in
about
Kings,
Basha,
yeah,
but we
in
didn't
Kings it
read
was
anything he
paralleling
did.
them.
What's that?
In Kings it was paralleling them, like
Con.
in this reign, in this reign of Asa. I remember reading that in the reign of Asa, this king rose in Israel, and yeah. So all right, Jehoshaphat succeeds Asa. We are in the book of Dibre Hayamim Beit, chapter number 17 and verse number 1. And Jehoshaphat, his son, reigned in his stead and strengthened himself as Israel. Salakia, against Israel. Salakia. Verse 2. And he placed forces in all the fenced cities of Yehuda and set garrisons in the land of Yehuda and in the cities of Ephraim, which Asa his father had taken. His good reign. Oh boy, that means it's probably going to be an opposite. Verse 3. Let's get the good while we got it here.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahuwah was with Jehoshaphat because he walked in the first way of Salakia, as he walked in the first ways of his father Dawid, and sought not unto the evil ones, but sought Yahuwah, power of his father, and walked in his commandments, and did not after the doings of Israel. Therefore, Yahuwah established the kingdom in his hand, and all Yehuda brought Jehoshaphat presents, and and he had he had riches and honor in abundance, and his heart was lifted up in the way of Yahuwah. Moreover, he took away the high places and the groves out of Yehuda. Also, in the 3rd year of his reign, he sent the princes even to Ben-Hel and Obadiah, Obadiah, Obadiah,
Come.
uh, and to that looks like Obadiah, don't it?
That's what I was thinking earlier. I was thinking it was like the root word of the other word we was looking at, but it's OB instead of that OD.
Yeah, I'm saying Obed B-A-D, Obadiah. Is
Uh-huh.
that I should be a Y? But yeah, that's why. I mean, I think that's a proper pronunciation as well. But I know we say Obadiah, but
Mm-hmm.
Obadiah I think is pretty proper. Uh, and to Zechariah, and to Nath Nath and El Nathaniel Nathaniel Nathaniel. How about that? Nathaniel, and to Ma Maaya Ma
Micaiah.
Micaiah Salaki. I'm trying to look. I go deep. I try to go deeper. Look like like, that's not right. Uh, to teach in the cities of Yehuda. So yeah, so he's definitely doing his right thing, serving the Most High and getting things where they should be. Verse 8 got rid of those high places of
Huh?
that his father left. Man, that's what I love reading that. Verse 8. And when uh, and with them he sent Levites, even Shemaiah and Nathaniah and Zabiah, Zabadiah, Zabadiah, Zebad,
Zebediah.
Zebadiah,
Zebediah. Zebediah.
Zebediah, Salakia, yeah, Zebediah. Look, I know an elder named Zebediah, and I just butchered his name, so Salakia. I didn't mean to do that. And Azriel and Shira Shiramath, Shira Amath.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell her hallelujah. Shira Amath and uh, Yet Yethan Yetathan
Yellow Nathan.
Yeta Nathan
Yahoo Nathan.
Yeho Nathan Yeho Nathan Yeho Nathan. Okay, Khan and Adoniah
Mm-hmm.
and Tobiah and uh,
Tabadoniah.
Tabadoniah Tabadoniah Levites, and with them Elimah,
Elishama.
Elishama, Salakia, Elishama, and Yerathon,
Mm-hmm.
Yerathon priest. Yerathon too close to,
Yeram.
oh, Yeram, Salakia, Salakia, Yeram, priest. I'll say that's almost too close to Jeroboam,
Mm-hmm.
but verse 7, verse 9, Salakia. And they taught in Yehuda, and they took the books of the law of Yahuwah with them, and went about throughout all the cities of Yehuda, and taught the people. So he brought the priests, the Levites, like, look here, y'all come on in here, and let's hold some classes here. Let's
Mm-hmm.
learn what we've been missing, and you know we see that that's exactly what the truth is about.
You come.
You know, you got the truth. You got brothers coming in and teaching the scripts, and it fall on the right ears. And the brothers who the right ears, brothers hid, and we start making changes.
Mm-hmm.
And so much so that you heard it for. a good long while, has resonated with you, and now you got brothers who raising up to teach, to bring out scripts like, oh yeah, I learned this from this brother, I learned that from that brother, and now I understand it like this, and understanding is here, and they get to sharing, and it just
Mm-hmm.
grows. All praises.
All
So
praise.
we're seeing that right here in the text,
Mm-hmm.
verse 10. And the fear of Yahuwah fell upon all the kingdoms of the land that were round about Yehuda, so that they made no war against Jehoshaphat. That's a name that you don't see anymore, Jehoshaphat. I haven't met not a damn brother named Jehoshaphat, and that's kind of a cool name. But let's see what his name mean. I can't remember what it. Remember what it mean?
Nope.
I don't either. Okay, let's check it out real quick. Yeah,
But
it's
you would think that more brothers would want that name because he was a righteous king.
yeah, Yahweh has judged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can be Jehoshaphat or Jehoshaphat. Hey, that's I like that name.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's nice. That's a nice name. It might be my new number one, maybe number two. Verse 11. That name I liked so much, I can't even remember what it was. It's been so many weeks, so many months ago.
Yeah, God.
Uh, that one I really, really liked. I was like, that's it. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think of it the other day. I was like, I can't even remember. I can't remember that name. I had to go back and reread.
Man, I'm trying
Uh,
to think where we was at when we saw it.
right, exactly. I think it was either in Kings. I think it was in Kings. I believe it was in Kings. But it might have been before that. It might have been in Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember, but it was, yeah, it was a while back. It was a while back. So, all right, verse 11. Also, some of the Philistines brought Jehoshaphat presents and tribute, silver, and the Arabians brought him flocks, 7,700 rams, and 7,700 goats. Ain't that something? They bringing him sevens, and not like they brought Solomon sixes, but they bringing him sevens.
Mm-hmm.
See the power of the Most High working? This is the Arabians.
All
Wow.
praise.
All praises indeed. I was showing you who in charge. He's showing us who in charge. Like I'm a man, you know what? He gonna bring you sevens. He's not gonna bring you sixes. They brought Solomon 606 score and six, and they bring Jehoshaphat 77. All praises. All right, verse 12. And Jehoshaphat waxed great exceedingly, and he built in Yehuda castles and cities of stores and cities of store. Okay, and cities of store. That's like places to store stuff, to keep stuff. So all praises. Verse 13. And he made much business in the city of Yehuda, and men of war, mighty men of valor, were in Jerusalem. And these were the numbers of them according to the house of their fathers of Yehuda, the captains of thousands, Adoni, Adoniah, Nia,
Adna.
Adna, 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 the chief, with him mighty men of valor, 300,000. Wow, I didn't know it was that many. Verse 15. And next to him was yeah, uh,
Yohanan.
Yohanan. Okay, yeah, I like Yohanan. That's a good name. Yohanan, the captain, and with him 204 score thousand, so 280,000. So the other brother had 300,000, and this brother got 280,000. That's 20,000 less. Verse 16. And next to him, Ami, uh, Amishai,
Amaziah.
Amaziah, Salakia, Amaziah. I should have known that one. The son of Zic,
Zikri.
Zikri, Zikri, uh, who's willingly offered himself unto Yahuwah. What? Zachary willingly offered himself unto Yahuwah? And with him 200,000 mighty men of valor. Bro, how you gonna serve the nation? I mean, I guess that you can't be against that, but uh, memorable. Well, I guess he would be memorable as the brother who sacrificed himself.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, man, that's deep. That's deep. I mean, that make me think. Like, would I do that? Like, would I be willing? To, like, why
But you
would I
know,
do
I
that?
don't know if I don't know if it's meaning sacrifice like that, or that he. I'm thinking that he just devoted himself to the Most High.
Oh, okay, okay. So he was just a devout man, as
Uh-huh.
opposed to maybe. I'm thinking, as I was thinking that he must have, made himself a sacrifice, like like the daughter of what's her name was. She was a willing sacrifice. Like Isaac was going to be a willing sacrifice. You know, but it turned out that he didn't have to do it. Okay, con. Okay, let's continue. Verse 17. And of Benjamin, uh, Eliada, Eli,
Eliada.
Eliada, Salakia, Eliada, a mighty man of valor, and with him armed men with bows and shields, 200,000. And next to him, uh, Yer, Yerzobad,
Mm-hmm.
Yerzobad, Yerzabad. That would be Z-A.
Con.
Yeah, Yerzabad. That sounds like a good name. Uh,
Oh, excuse me. I,
Salaki. Bless you. Parakatha.
thank
Parakatha.
you. Con, con. So that.
Khan. And with him were 140,000 ready prepared for war. And these waited on the king, beside those whom the king put in the fenced cities throughout all Yehuda. Let's check out his name. That looked like a really good name. Yerahazabah. Yehozabad. What? Yehozabad. Yahweh has endowed. Mm, that's another good name. So that whole line of names is good, of course. But
Mm-hmm.
okay, come on, let's continue. We're at chapter 18, so this is just the third chapter, and we already an hour and 12. I need to pick this up. I'm taking too much time with this commentary. All right, let's stick to the bare minimals here. All right, Jehoshaphat allies with uh, A- Ahab, Ahab, uh, Dibre Hayamim Bête, chapter 18, verse 1. Now Jehoshaphat had riches and honor and abundance, and joined affinity
Uh-huh.
with Ahab. And after certain years, he went down to Ahab to Samaria, and Ahab killed sheep and oxen for him in abundance, and for the people that he had with him, and persuaded him to go up with him to Ramoth Gilead. And Ahab, king of Israel, said unto Jehoshaphat, king of Yehuda, will you go with me to Ramoth Gilead? And he answered him, I am as you are, my people as your people, and we will be with you in the war. So he was prepared. Like I was like, man, he got his people ready, but they weren't even fighting. But now he giving it over to this wicked king who the Most High plan to kill.
Uh-huh.
All right, uh, Northern Kingdom, verse 4. And Jehoshaphat said unto the king of Israel, Inquire, I pray you, at the word of Yahuwah today. Therefore the king of Israel gathered together the prophets, 400 men, and said unto them, Shall we go to Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall I forbear? And they said, Go, go up, for the Most High will deliver it unto the king's hand. Remember the story there, right? Remember that?
Con.
Yeah, I remember that all so
Yeah.
well. That lion spirit in the mouth of all of his prophets.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, the Most High delivered it in your hand. Verse 6. And Jehoshaphat said, Is there not here a prophet of Yahuwah besides that we may inquire of him? Verse 7. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, There is yet one man by whom we may inquire of Yahuwah, but I but I hate him, for he never prophesied good unto me, but always evil. That sounds like some straight up Negro stuff right there.
Right.
Like, yeah, he don't never say nothing good about me. He always talking about how wicked I am. Cause you wicked, man.
Right.
So
Right.
wicked that the Most High want to kill you.
Yep.
Come on, man. Stop being a dum dum. Look, he can hear me. Next, let me continue. Salakia, my bad. Uh, the same is uh
Uh, Micah.
Micaiah,
Mm-hmm. Micaiah.
Micaiah Khan, the son of Em, Emma
Imla.
Em, Emla Emla. Look, I'm trying to make that an I as well. Oh, somebody just joined us. Hold on. What happened? Oh, that was you. Huh? You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. It just
Yeah, I'm not
clicked. I
sure what
thought.
happened. It buzzed and
Yeah, it just clicked. Like I thought somebody joined in on us. I was finna bring them on, but yeah, it was just that. No sweat. And Jehoshaphat said, "Let not the king say so." Uh, Abaz, Ahab's false prophecy, uh, assures victory. Verse 8. And the king of Israel called for one of his officers and said, Fetch quickly Micaiah, the son of uh, Imlah. Let's check out Imlah real quick. I remember looking at that, but I don't remember what it meant. Imlah. Yeah,
Imla.
Yimlah. Yimlah. He whom the Most High will lift up. That's a pretty good name.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good name. All right, let's continue. Verse 9. And the kings of Israel, and the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, king of Yehuda, sat either of them on his throne, uh, clothed in their robes, and they sat in a void place at the entering of the gate of Samaria, and all the prophets prophesied before them. And
Zedekiah.
Zedekiah, I was gonna say Zedekiah. I was like, that's not right. Yeah, Zedekiah, told the Hakim, son of
Ken Ken Ana.
Kenana, had made him iron, horns of iron, and said, Thus saith Yahuwah, with you you shall push Syria until they be consumed. Man, verse 11. And all the prophets prophesied, so saying, Go up to Ramoth Gilead and prosper, for Yahuwah shall deliver it unto the hand of the king. Dude, they are really like, it's like they hate him. Like, yeah, go on up there. He got you. Don't worry about it. It's good. Like, imagine you getting this from these men, and here come the king. Here come Jehoshaphat. Like, hey, ain't a man of Yahuwah we can talk to? They're like, nah, just one. But okay. Micaiah brings word from the Most High. Verse 12. And the messenger that went to call Micaiah spake to him, saying, Behold, the words of the prophet declare good to the king with one assent. Uh, let your words be therefore, I pray you, be like ones of theirs, and speak you good. And Micaiah said, As Yahuwah liveth, then what I am slacking. As Yahuwah liveth, even what my power saith, that will I speak. Only what the Most High saith will I speak.
That's right.
Verse 14. And when he came to the king said unto him, Micaiah, should I go up? Should I go to Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall I forbear? And he said, Go you up and prosper, and they shall be delivered into your hand. And the king said unto him, How many times shall I adjure you that you say nothing but the truth to me in the name of Yahuwah? And then he said, I did see all of Israel scattered upon mountains as sheep that have no shepherd. And Yahuwah said, These have no matter. Let them return, therefore, every man to his house in peace. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, Did I not tell you that uh, he would not prophesy good unto me, but evil? And he said, Therefore, hear the word of Yahuwah. For I saw Yahuwah sitting on his throne, and all the host of Shamaim standing on his right hand and on his left. And Yahuwah said, Who will entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one spake, saying on this manner, and on another saying on that manner. Then came out a spirit and stood before Yahuwah and said, I will entice him. And Yahuwah said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all of his prophets.
Mm.
And Yahuwah said, You shall entice him, and you shall also prevail. Go out and do even so. Now therefore, Yahuwah hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of those that prophesy, and Yahuwah have spoken evil against you. Man, that's the worst news. I don't know what would be worse.
That's
Hearing
scary, Ark.
it is. That is. I don't know what would be worse. Hearing that Yahuwah has sent put a lying spirit in the mouth of all of your prophets, or depart from me, I never knew you.
Man.
I mean, I think they pretty much equal.
Yeah.
Uh, Almost what Shaul got. You have Yahuwah have become your enemy. Like that's the last thing in the world you want to hear.
Man, your heart just drops to your stomach. You hear that?
I mean, you just ready to give up the ghost right there.
Uh,
Like, just let me die then. If Yahuwah not gonna
that's
be
what I
with
was
me,
thinking. Just lay down. You just lay
yeah,
down where you at.
just let me die. I don't need to draw breath. If Yahuwah not with me, I don't need no breath. Verse 23. Then Zedekiah, son of uh Chenaniah,
Nah.
Kenanah, came near and smote my.
You know, I want to see what that means too, Ark, because I'm,
Okay, Kai,
yeah,
we can look at that one as well. And smote Micaiah upon his cheek and said, Which way went the spirit of Yahuwah from me to speak unto you? Like, man, y'all don't do that. That's just foul. That's just foul. Don't do that. Kenaniah, yeah,
Ken I and
cannot, cannot, Oh man, that's traitor.
Yep.
Was that traitor is in like a turncoat, or is that
I'm
traitor
thinking
is in
I'm
like a,
thinking turncoat, but it could be trader of goods. But
yeah,
yeah, I still don't like it. But
nah,
it's not
nah,
Kenaniah. It's
nah, it's
it's
not. God. Different name. Uh, yeah, because Zedekiah, son of Chenanah, came near and smote Micaiah. Let's look at his name as well. The upright brother. How you gonna smite him on the cheek, man? That's lame. Uh, he who is like the Most High. I don't know. That's a push there. I wouldn't. I don't know if I would feel comfortable with that. But verse 24. And Micaiah said, "Behold, you shall see on that day when you shall go into the inner chamber and hide yourself." And the king of Israel said, "Take Micaiah and carry him back to Ammon, the governor of the city, and Joash, the king's son, and to Joash, the king's son, and say, Thus saith the king, put this fellow in a prison, and feed him with bread of affliction and the water of affliction until I return in peace." Like, bruh, I'm gonna be there forever. You ain't coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I done told you ain't coming back. Why in the world you gonna do that's filthy. Verse 27. And Micaiah said, "If you certainly return in peace, then have not Yahuwah spoken by me, and he shall hearken to Salakia. And he said, Hearken unto all your people. Abiyah's defeat and death. Abiyah's defeat and death. So we are at Dibre Hayamim Beit, uh, chapter 18 and verse 28. So the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, king of Yehuda, went up to Ramoth Gilead. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, I will disguise myself and will go to battle, but I will but put you on your robe, so that the king of Israel disguised himself, and they went to battle, and they went to the battle. And the king of Assyria commanded the captains of the chariots that were with him, saying, Fight you not with small or great, save only the king of Israel. Like, yeah, y'all don't go for the king.
Right,
Get
right. Don't,
get the
yeah,
king.
exactly.
Yeah, get the king. Don't even fool with them. Just deal with the king.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 31. And it came to pass when the captains of the chariots saw Jehoshaphat that they said, It is the king of Israel. Therefore they compassed about him to fight. But Jehoshaphat cried out, and Yahuwah helped him. And the Most High moved them and departed from them. So our praises, Jehoshaphat being a righteous king, what did he do when he was faced with adversity? He cried out to Yahuwah.
Mm-hmm.
And
And you know, quick sidebar.
uh,
You know, a lot of people will read this and be like, it's just fiction. It's not real. But I can remember back in 2004. I think I talked to you about this before, but I was in between jobs and
mm,
uh, just wasn't doing well financially, and uh, I'd eaten my last bowl of spaghetti the night before, and I was working this temp service, and I wouldn't go out all the time. They didn't always send me out.
mm,
Sometimes I get there at 5 o'clock in the morning and sit to about 8, 9 o'clock, and
mm,
they still wouldn't send me out. But I knew that I needed to make sure that I went out this next morning. So
mm,
I get there at 5:30, and I know that those good jobs go out at 6 o'clock. You know what I mean?
mm,
Like you're gonna be working.
right.
Um, so 6 o'clock came and went, and it was like 6:40, something like
Mm,
that. I'm like, man, now if you let's say they call you like at 8 o'clock or something like that, you're not gonna
mm.
work a full shift, so you're not even gonna have a full check.
Oh wow.
So it's important to get out before 7, where you can work 7 to 3,
Hmm.
get you a full check. So like I said, it was like 6:40, something like that, and I'm getting ready to cry
Oh
because
wow.
because I know and my stomach is growling.
Right, right,
And
right.
a tear is literally getting ready to fall from my face.
Wow.
And at
Oh
that
praises.
moment, they called my name.
Oh
I never,
praises.
yeah, I the moment he showed up just like that,
Oh praises.
I can
Hallelujah.
remember another time I uh being in the streets
Uh
and beefing with cats that I said I loved and said love me.
mm-hmm.
To the point where now they want to kill me,
Mm.
right? And they're looking for me. And it's
Wow.
crazy because I heard one of them come in and he said, "Where's where's Ken and I at?" Of course, he didn't call me Ken and I. He said my
Right,
name, but
right.
uh, and didn't nobody say nothing, and I'm sitting there like right in front of him,
Mm.
you know,
He looking right over you.
yeah, yeah, looking right.
Most High
It,
shielding you.
the Most High made me invisible or something,
Shielding.
Doc.
Hallelujah. Yeah,
And this is real. This is
con.
all real, I.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You just showing illustration of how these things are possible, and what we read in the text would be can be thought of as fiction, but in actuality it's been your own experience. So all praises to the Abba, man. That is a beautiful testimony right on time too.
All praises to the Most High.
Hallelujah. Yes indeed. Yes indeed. Uh, Dibre Hayamim Bête, chapter 18 and verse 32. It says, "For it came to pass that when the captains of the chariots perceived that it was not the king of Israel, they turned back again from pursuing him." So they realized that's not even him.
Hmm.
That's not even the cat we were looking for. Let's go somewhere else. Verse 33. And a certain man uh, drew a bow at a vulture and smote the king of Israel. What? I see that right? Venture
Khan. Uh,
at a venture.
at a venture, Khan.
Okay, kind. I was like, am I reading? I said vulture at first. I was like, that's not right. And smote the king of Israel between the joints of his harness. Therefore, he said unto his chariot men, turn your hand that you may carry me out of the host, for I am wounded. And the battle increased that day. Howbeit, the king of Israel stayed himself up in the chariot the Assyrians, against the Syrians, until the evening. And about the time of the sun going down, he died. So he took an arrow. As we looked at that, I remember us looking at that before. As I was trying to figure out the joints of his harness, and we looked at that harness yesterday, and we saw that was armed men,
Hmm.
shirion. This is the same one. Yeah, body armor or a weapon or a place of. So this was his body armor. So it hit him between his body armor. So probably wherever his armor wasn't covering, that's where he hit him, and in the very place that he couldn't. So it's used as breastplate one time, and then harness two times, and then coat. Was this that same word?
I'm not sure.
Mm-mm. It's not because it don't show up to 18 here. From here, we saw it in Kings. Okay, so that may have been where I was thinking. But remember, we looked at harness. Did we look at harness yesterday?
Uh,
Or what was that word we looked at? That said, and it talked about armed men. I don't recall.
yeah, I'm not sure. If that,
Yeah, I can't
you
recall.
sure that was yesterday?
I believe it was yesterday. Wasn't it? It seemed like it was harness. I want to say in the first three that we was reading. I can't remember where it was at or what the context was, but it was something about his harness. If I'm not remember, if I'm recalling it right, because I was like, "What is that word?" And then we clicked on it, and yeah, so he died here. Now, I will come back to it, but we already pressed for time, so let's continue. Uh, all right. Yeru rebukes Jehoshaphat. Oh boy, I remember this one from Kings somewhat. I don't remember the exact details, but that's why the Most High do, repeats itself, because he know we're not gonna remember
Okay.
until it comes back around, and then you like, oh yeah, can't do that.
Right. Right.
And Jehoshaphat, Salakia, Dibre Hayamim Bait, chapter 19, verse 1. Rebukes Jehoshaphat, Yeru. And Jehoshaphat, the king of Yehuda, returned to his house in peace to Jerusalem. And Yeru, the son of Hanai,
Yahoo.
Yehu. Oh, did I say Yeru?
I think so.
Oh, Salakia, my bad. I meant Yehu, Yehu. I was putting the R in there. I don't know where I got the R from. Yehu, the son of Hanai, the seer, went out to meet him and said to King Jehoshaphat, shouldn't you help the unset apart, love them and hate Yahuwah? Therefore, wrath is upon you from Yahuwah. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I was trying to bring him over here.
Hmm.
Nah, I mean, I'm sure that's what his intention was, because he told him, "Is there not a man of Yahuwah we can speak to?" Like, nah, man, you using these false prophets. You need to get a real prophet up in here. Verse 3. Nevertheless, there are good things found in you, and that you have and that in that you have taken away the groves out of the land, and have prepared your heart to seek the Most High. And Jehoshaphat dwelt in Jerusalem, and went out again through the people of Beersheba, the mount of Ephraim, and brought them back to Yahuwah, power of Israel, uh, power of their fathers, Salakia, power of their fathers. See, that's what I do. I don't know. Somehow I get it in my mind, and it just come out like I'm not even looking at the words. It's like a part of it just like, oh, that's what that is. Like, no, that's not what that said. That's power of their fathers. Where I get Israel from. I guess because I saw Ephraim right here. But anyway, let's continue. Reforms institution. Verse 5. And he set judges in the land throughout the fenced cities of Yehuda, city by city, and said to the judges, take heed uh, what you do, for you judge not for man, but for Yahuwah, who is with you in the judgment. Wherefore, now let the fear of Yahuwah be upon you. Take heed and do it, and there shall be no iniquity with Yahuwah, our power, nor respect of person, nor taking of gifts.
That's law.
Yeah, kind. He laying it out straight, man. This is a upright brother, man. And I'm not even mad at him for even going over there and dealing with the North. But he should have. I don't know if he should have went out to battle with him. Obviously, Yahuwah was wrought with that, so I definitely agree with that. But he did. I think he had good intentions for that, which is why he didn't like smite him or whatever. But apparently, he finna get into some skirmishes again. Verse 8. Moreover, in Jerusalem did Jehoshaphat set the Levites and the priests and the chiefs of the fathers of Israel for the judgment of Yahuwah, and for controversies, even even they returned to Jerusalem, and for controversies when they returned to Jerusalem. Controversy. That is controversies, right?
Con.
Okay,
Controversies.
okay, I like, am I reading that right? Okay. Verse 9. And he charged them, saying, Thus shall you do in the fear of Yahuwah faithfully and with the perfect heart. And what cause Salakia, and what cause soever shall come to you and your brethren that dwell in their cities, between blood and blood, between law and commandment, statutes and judgments, you shall warn them that they trespass against, not against Yahuwah. Salaki, I'm reading that wrong. Let me start over from the top. Verse 10. And what cause soever shall come to you of your brethren that dwell in their cities, between blood and blood, between law and commandment, statute and judgment, you shall even warn them that they trespass not against Yahuwah, and so wrath come upon you and upon your brethren. This do you shall not trespass. This do, and you shall not trespass. Salakia. I was reading that. I was got that bottom part messed me up. He was saying, "This do, and you shall not trespass." So he's giving them the instruction of what to follow, and if they follow it, then they won't go off. Is what he's saying. Verse 11. And behold, Amaziah, the chief priest, is over you in all the matters of Yahuwah, and Zebediah his son, Salakia, and Zebediah the son of Ishmael, the ruler of the house of Yehuda, and all the king's matters. Also the Levites shall be officers before you. Deal courageously, and Yahuwah shall be with you, shall be with the good. All praises
Hallelujah.
are yes indeed. Yehuda invades. So we made it up to chapter 20 here in Dibre Hayamim Bête, the second book of Chronicles, chapter 20 and verse 1. All right, we're gonna finish this on out here. Verse 1. And it came to
Oh,
pass. Oh,
Slug,
go
yeah.
ahead. Go
I,
ahead.
is it? I think it's on me, isn't it?
Oh, because I was doing what 1 through
Let's
20,
see.
and then you was doing 21 through 25.
I thought we was just going to 24.
Oh, it's 125. We was doing 10.
So it would have been
So,
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
I had 15 to 25.
Yeah,
You said,
that's 11.
oh, that's 11.
Yeah.
Salaki, how I do
We did the same thing, like we did the
that?
same thing, like, and you know what? What's crazy is we talked about this yesterday.
Right, right. But look, look, 10, 15 to 25. That's not 10?
That's 11. Like you got
That's
to if you
11?
yeah, it's 11.
15,
Count
16,
the
17, 18,
count 15.
okay, yeah, yeah, I guess so. That's crazy though. I don't know how I always thought 1 to 10 was 10. 5 to 10, 5 to 15 was 10. But
I mean,
this,
if you start at 6, it is.
yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, yeah, kind. That's 10. Okay, okay, kind. Well, yeah. I'll go ahead and finish this one out, and then you can just do those other 5, and yeah, we'll just this is 37. Yeah, this is one of the longer ones. Yeah, because I slated this for 25 for 15 to 25. I said 10 chapters, but it's strange. Look, I'm learning new stuff. Like, that's ironic. Okay, Con. All right, Yehuda invades, verse 1. And it came to pass after this also that the children of Moab and the children of Ammon, and with their other and with them others besides the Amorites, came against Jehoshaphat to battle. Then there came some that told Jehoshaphat, saying, There cometh a great multitude against you from beyond the sea on the side of Syria, and behold, they be in Mm, has Azar Tamar,
Hazaz on Tamar.
Tamar, Hazazon Tamar, which is in Ged in Gedi.
Mm-hmm.
In Gedi. Okay, kind. So we're gonna look at both of those. Uh, let's look at what this is. Hazar one Tesmar, dividing of the date palms, the Amorite city. Okay, not important. And guess D, fount of a kid. Font of a kid. Okay, okay. Let's continue. Verse 3. And Jehoshaphat feared and set himself to seek Yahuwah and proclaimed a fast throughout all Yehuda. And Yehuda gathered themselves together and asked help of Yahuwah, even out of the cities of Yehuda that came to seek Yahuwah. Jehoshaphat's prayer. See, I like Jehoshaphat, man. He do things right, man. You know, he what he do? He declared a fast and went straight to Yahuwah.
Indeed.
Got the people seeking Yahuwah too. Verse 5. And Jehoshaphat stood in the congregation of Yehuda and Jerusalem and the house of Yahuwah before the new court, and said, O Yahuwah, power of our fathers, are you not uh are not you power of Shamaim that rulest not mm, that rulest not through not you over all the kingdoms of the heathen, and in your hand is not the power of the is not power and might, so that none be able to withstand you. Are you Slakia? Are not you our power that doest drive out the inhabitants of the land before the before your people Israel, and give it to the seed of Abraham, your friend forever, and you dwell therein, and have built you a sanctuary therein for your name, saying, for your name, saying, if when evil come up against us, as the sword, as the sword, judgment, or pestilence, or famine, we stood before the house and in your presence, for your name is in the house, is in this house, and cried unto you in our affliction, then will you hear and help. And now, behold, the children of Ammon and Moab and Mount Seir. Look, he put Mount Seir in there. I don't remember saying Mount Seir. Who who you would not let Israel invade when they come out of the land of Mizraim, but turn from them and destroyed them not. Behold, I say how they reward us. Yeah, I say how they reward us and come and cast us out of our possession, which you have given unto us to inherit. O our power, will you not judge them? For we have no might against this great company that come against us, neither know we what to do, but our eyes are upon you. And all Yehuda stood before Yahuwah with their little ones, their wives, and their children. Uh, Yadaziah, Yadazel,
Khan. Ya
Yadaz,
Azel.
Yaazel,
ZL. Khan. Ya
and
Azel.
Yaiziel answers the prayer. Verse 14. And upon Yaaziel, the son of Zechariah, the son of Benaiah, the son of uh, Ye-
Yael.
Yael, the son of Matha, Matthiah,
Mataniah.
Mathaniah, the Levite, the son of Asaph, came the spirit of Yahuwah in the midst of the congregation, and he said, "Hearken you, all Yehuda, and you inhabitants of Jerusalem, and you, King Jehoshaphat. Thus saith Yahuwah unto you, Be not afraid nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but the Most High's. Tomorrow go you down against them. Behold, they come by the cliff of Zizah,
Uh, Cliff of Ziz.
Ziz, and you shall find them at the end of the brook before the wilderness of Yeruel. You shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourself, set yourselves, stand you still, and see the salvation of Yahuwah with you, O Yahuwah and Jerusalem. Fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for Yahuwah will be with you. And Jehoshaphat bowed his head with his face to the ground, and all Yehuda and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before Yahuwah, worshiping Yahuwah. And the Levites, the children of Canaan, are the Kohathites, and of the children of the Kohathites. Wait a minute, Slakia. That word was Kohathites,
Kohahites. Thites.
Kohathites, and of the children of Korah,
Core. Korahites.
Korhites,
Mm-hmm.
Todaki, stood up to praise Yahuwah, power of Israel, with a loud voice on high. Enemies destroy themselves. All praises. Verse
Mm-hmm.
20. And there arose early in the morning and went forth unto the wilderness of uh, Tekoa. And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, Hear me, O Yehuda, and you inhabitants of Jerusalem. Believe in Yahuwah your power. So so shall be Slaki. So shall you be established. Believe his prophets, and so shall you prosper. I really like Jehoshaphat. You know what I'm saying? He is really a stand up brother, man. This is a good king right here. He's very similar to Daoud. Very, very similar. Verse 21. And when he had consulted with the people, he appointed singers unto Yahuwah, that they should praise the beautiful and set up and holiness, the beauty of holiness. And they went out before the armies and said, Hallelujah, praise Yahuwah.
Mm-hmm.
For his mercy endureth forever. And when they began to sing and praise, Yahuwah set ambushes against the Amorites, against the children of Ammon and Moab and Mount Seir, which were come against Yehuda, and they were smitten. And the children of Ammon and Moab stood up against the inhabitants of Mount Seir, utterly slaying and destroying them, that when they made an end of the inhabitants of Seir, every one helped to destroy another. Mm, that is beautiful. And Yehuda came towards the watchtower in the wilderness and looked upon the multitude, and behold, they were dead bodies fallen to the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and none escaped. And when Jehoshaphat and his people came and took away the spoils of them, they found among them in abundance both riches with the dead bodies and precious jewels, which they stripped off of themselves, more than they could carry away. And there was a great day, Slakia, and were the they were 3 days in gathering the spoils, It was so much. Salaki, they took 3 days to take. Like, who goes to war with all of this stuff? The people that the Most High got him coming to you to bring you their stuff.
Right, God.
Who goes out? Let's go to battle against these people, and let's take all of our. You know what I'm saying? Let's take an immense number of jewels and precious things into the battle. Yeah, because we're gonna move in over there. Yeah, and you're gonna kill yourself. And
Uh-huh.
all praises. Triumph returns to Jerusalem. Uh, Dibre Hayamim, chapter 20 and verse 26. And on the fourth on the fourth day they assembled themselves in the valley of uh, Ber,
Barakah.
Barakah, blessing, the valley of blessing.
Uh-huh.
And there was, and there they blessed Yahuwah. Therefore, the name of that place was called the Valley of Barakah unto this day. I want to see the Valley of Barakah in Yehuda.
God. God.
That is sound like a wonderful place. All praises. Verse 27. Then they returned, every man of Yehuda and Jerusalem and Jehoshaphat in the forefront of them to go again to Jerusalem with joy, for Yahuwah had made them rejoice over their enemies. And they came to Jerusalem with psalteries and harps and trumpets unto the house of Yahuwah, and the fear of you and the fear of you, the Most High, was upon all the kingdoms of those countries, for they had heard Yahuwah had fought against the enemies of Israel. So the ram, so the ram, so the Ram,
The realm.
the ram. I thought that was ram. I don't know what I'm thinking. Something else. So the ram of Jehoshaphat was quiet, and the Most High gave him rest round about. And Jehoshaphat reigned over Yehuda. He was 30 and 5 years old when he began to reign, and reigned 20 and 5 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Ayubah,
Azuba.
Azubah, Azubah, the daughter of
Shilhil.
Shahil.
Shilhi.
You remember that's that word we thought looked like Swahili?
Mm-hmm.
Shahil, yeah, kind. All right, verse 32. And he walked in the way of Asa his father, and departed not from it, doing that which was right in the sight of Yahuwah. Howbeit the high places were not taken away, for as they for as yet the people had not prepared their hearts unto the Most High of their fathers. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoshaphat, the first and the last, behold, they are written in the book of Yehu. Look, I'm trying to put a rule in there. I don't know why. I don't know where this R is coming from. Uh, Yehu, the son of Hananiah, uh, who is mentioned in the book of the kings of Israel. Alliance displeased the Most High. Verse 35. And after this, did Jehoshaphat, king of Yehuda, join himself to uh, Ahazah, Ahazah, Ahaziah, king of Israel, who did very wickedly, and he joined himself with him and made ships to go to Tarshish, and made the ships of uh, E-
Ezion Gerber.
Ezion Geber. Then Eleazar, the son of Dandavya,
Khan.
Dandava,
Va. Khan.
Dandava of I don't know that one.
Marisha.
Marisha, Tolaki, prophesied against Jehoshaphat, saying, because you have joined yourself to Eleazar, Yahuwah have broken your works, and the ships were broken, and they were not able to go to Tarshish. Hey, I'll take that. Okay. Okay. I'll take a broken ship rather than my bad. I'm just trying to bring it together. I'm trying to get it together, but
God, God.
I feel where he's coming from. But if that's the worst stuff that he's doing is clicking up with Israel, I can't be mad at him for that. I mean, the Most High was displeased with it, but if that's the worst, you know what I'm saying? Like you still a good brother. You still a good king.
God.
Yeah. So all right.
All right. I think we got yeah, we're already 2 hours in. I'm gonna get this chapter 22 and 23.
Oh,
And
we ready to show them.
uh
Okay. Cool. That's cool.
let's see. Yeah, this Dibre Hayamim Bet, chapter 21.
Mhm.
Yoram, what is it? Yoram succeeds Jehoshaphat in Yehuda. Verse
Okay.
1. Now Jehoshaphat slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of Dawid. And Joram, his son, reigned in his stead. And he had brethren, the sons of Jehoshaphat, Azariah, and Yahiel, and Zechariah, and Azariah, and Michael, and Shephatiah. All these were the sons of Jehoshaphat, king of Israel. So he had two brothers named Azariah.
Hmm. That's
Uh,
funny. That's ironic.
yeah. Verse 3. And their father gave them great gifts of silver and of gold and of precious things with fenced cities in Yehuda. But the kingdom gave he to Joram because he was the firstborn.
Mm,
Now, when Joram was risen up to the kingdom of his father, he strengthened himself and slew all his brethren with the
mm,
sword, and divers also of the princes of Israel.
mm.
Wow.
That's terrible.
Uh, Verse 5. Joram was 32 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem. And he walked in the way of the kings of Israel, like wicked, like as
Mm,
did the house of Ahab, for he had the daughter of Ahab to wife.
mm,
And he wrought that which was evil in the eyes of Yahweh.
mm,
Howbeit, Yahweh would not destroy the house of Dawid because of the covenant that he had made with Dawid, and as he promised to give a light to him and to his sons forever. So this king marries this king of Yehuda
mm-hmm.
marries
Daughter of
Jezebel's
mhm.
daughter, and Ahab's daughter.
Messed up.
All right, Khan. Revolt against Yehuda, verse
Mm,
8. In his days, the Edomites revolted from under the dominion of Yehuda and made themselves a king. Then Joram went forth with his princes and all his chariots with him, and he rose up by night and smote the Edomites which compassed him in, and the captains of the chariots. So the Edomites revolted from under the hand of Yehuda unto this day. The same time also did Libnah revolt from under his hand, because he had forsaken Yahweh, power of his fathers. Moreover, he made high places in the mountains of Yehuda, and caused the inhabitants of Jerusalem to commit fornication, and compelled Yehuda thereto.
mm,
And there came a writing to him from Elijah the prophet, saying, Thus saith Yahweh, thus saith Yahweh, power of Dawid thy father, because thou hast not walked in the ways of Jehoshaphat thy father, nor in the ways of Asa the king of Yehuda, but hast walked in the way of the kings of Israel, and hast made Yehuda and the inhabitants of Jerusalem to go a whoring,
mm,
like to the whoredom of the house of Ahab,
mm,
and also hast slain thy brethren of thy father's house, which were better than thyself.
mm.
Wow. So his father doesn't sound like he made the right decision on bestowing the kingdom, man.
Right. Yeah. Man, that's terrible. Your last act would be the worst one you do.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty not. I mean, he still was a good brother, but man, I hate I hate that's his legacy.
Mm-hmm. Con. Verse
Yeah.
14. Behold, with a great plague with Yahweh will smite thy people and thy children and thy wives in all thy goods, and thou shalt have great sickness by disease of thy bowels, until thy bowels fall out by reason of sickness day by
Mm,
day.
mm.
Wow.
Wow, that is. You do
Thank
not
you.
want to fall in the hand of the living power.
It's a terrible thing, guy.
It is indeed.
Well, verse 16. Moreover, Yahweh stirred up against Jehoram the Ruach of the Philistines and the Arabians that were near the Ethiopians, and they came up into Yehuda and brake into it, and carried away all the substance that was found in the king's house, and his sons also, and his wives, so that there was never a son left him, save Jehoahaz, the youngest of his sons.
Mm,
And after all this, Yahweh smote him in his bowels with an incurable disease.
mm,
And it came to pass that in the process of time, after the end of 2 years, his bowels fell out by reason of his sickness.
mm,
So he died of sore diseases, and his people made no burning for him, like the burning of his fathers.
mm-hmm.
32 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 8 years, and departed without being desired. Howbeit, they buried him in the city of David, but not in the sepulchres of the kings.
Not where the kings go. You go somewhere else. You did some wicked stuff, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That disease of the bowels. You know, had on my father's side,
Mm,
several relatives. Like my mother says, man, y'all live. She said your father's people. She would tell me when I was younger, your father's people live forever, but when they go, it's always something with the stomach. That's
mm.
what she told me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's rough, huh?
Well, all right. It's the book Dibre Hayamim Bête, chapter 22. Ahaziah succeeds Jehoram in Yehuda. Verse 1. And the inhabitants of Jerusalem made Ahaziah his youngest, yeah, Ahaziah his youngest son king in his stead. For the band of men that came with the Arabians to the camp had slain all the eldest. So Ahaziah, the son of Joram, king of Yehuda, reigned. 42 years old was Ahaziah when he began to reign, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. His mother's name also was Attaliah, the daughter of Omri. He also walked in the ways of the house of Ahab, for his mother was his counselor to do wickedly.
Wow.
Wherefore he did evil in the sight of Yahweh like the house of Ahab, for they were his counselors after the death of his father to his destruction.
Mm.
Yeah, we got to watch who we take counsel from, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Well,
Remember that. That's a lesson to be taught, learned, and taught as well.
indeed.
Mhm.
Ahaziah allies with Joram of Israel. He walked, verse 5, he walked also after their counsel and went with Joram, the son of Ahab, king of Israel, to war against Ahaziel, king of Syria, at Ramoth Gilead. And the Syrians smote Joram, and he returned to be healed in Jezreel because of the wounds which were given him at Ramah when he fought with Hazael, king of Syria. And Azariah, the son of Joram, king of Yehuda, went down to see Joram, the son of Ahab, at Jezreel because he was sick. And the destruction of Ahaziah was of the Most High by coming to Joram. For when he was come, he went out with Joram against Jehu, the son of Nimshi, whom Yahweh had anointed to cut off the house of Ahab.
Mm,
Jehu murders princes of Yehuda.
mm,
Verse 8. And it came to pass that when Jehu was executing judgment upon the house of Ahab, and found the princes of Yehuda, and the sons of the brethren of Ahaziah that ministered to Ahaziah, he slew them. And he sought Ahaziah, and they caught him, for he was hid in Samaria, and brought him to Jehu. And when they had slain him, they buried him, because said they, he is the son of Jehoshaphat, who sought who sought Yahweh with all his heart. So the house of Ahaziah had no power to keep still the kingdom. You know, I was just thinking about hold on, if you could scroll back up
Oh,
real
my
quick.
bad.
It was something I was looking at right here.
Okay.
Oh, that Yahoo. Remember
Mhm.
Yahoo was that was the cat that was talking about check out my zeal for the most high.
Oh yeah, yeah, kind.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's okay. Cause he wasn't he I wanted to say he was a no, I'm thinking he was a priest, but no, he was a one of the righteous. Well, he started off as kind
He
of
started
righteous, and then he
kind.
kind of then he
Uh-huh.
went off. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I remember reading about him. I remember liking his name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Kind.
why I keep putting the R in there.
Kind. All right. Verse 10.
10. Hmm.
But when Attila, the mother of Ahaziah, saw that her son was dead, she arose and destroyed all the seed royal of the house of Yehuda. So that
Hmm.
was that wicked
Yeah,
queen that
that
we
was
was
that.
talking about.
Made herself queen. Yep.
Hmm. And Yahashabeth, the daughter of the king, took Joash, the son of Ahaziah, and stole him from among the king's sons that were slain, and put him and his nurse in a bedchamber. So Yahashabeth, the daughter of King Joram, the wife of Jehoiada the priest, for she was the sister of Ahaziah, hid him from Attila, so that she slew him not. So I'm trying to figure out who she. Okay, she's the daughter of.
Um. Uh. What?
She's the
It's got to be.
Yehoshaphat is the daughter of Joram, uh, and she was the daughter of Joram, the wife of Jehoiada the priest, and she was sister to the king that just passed away. So
Hmm.
she saved her nephew,
Okay.
or yeah, that's what it's something like that.
Yeah.
All right, verse 12. Yeah, kind. Verse
Yeah.
12. And he was with them, hid in the house of the Most High 6 years, and Attila reigned over the land.
Yeah.
Y'all have mercy.
Celia was. Yeah. Just imagine.
All right, we can finish up here. All right.
Okay.
All right. This is the book of Dibre Hayamim Bête. Yehoiada, chapter 23. Jehoiada set Joash on the throne of Yehuda. Verse 1. And in the seventh year, Jehoiada strengthened himself and took the captains of hundreds, Azariah the son of Joram, and Ishmael the son of Johanan, and Azariah the son of Obed, and Maaseiah the son of Adiah, and Elisaphat the son of Zikri, into covenant with him. And they went about in Yehuda and gathered the Levites out of all the cities of Yehuda, and the chief of the fathers of Israel. And they came to Jerusalem, and all the congregation made a covenant with the king in the house of the Most High. And he said unto them, Behold, the king's son shall reign, as Yahweh hath said of the sons of David. This is the thing that ye shall do. A third part of you entering on the Sabbath of the priests and of the Levites shall be porters of the doors. And a third part shall be at the king's house, and a third part at the gate of the foundation. And all the people shall be in the courts of the house of Yahweh. But let but let none come into the house of Yahweh, save the priests and they that minister of the Levites. They shall go in, for they are set apart. But all the people shall keep watch of Yahweh. And the Levites shall compass the king round about, every man with his weapons in his hand. And whosoever else cometh into the house, he shall be put to death. But ye with the king when he cometh in, and when he goeth out. So the Levites, so it's like he's got some Levites armed security or something, you know.
Hmm. Yeah.
Verse 8. So the Levites and all Yehuda did according to all the things that Jehoiada the priest had commanded, and took every man his men that were to come in on the Sabbath, with them that were to go out on the Sabbath. For Jehoiada the priest dismissed not the courses. Moreover, Jehoiada the priest delivered to the captains of hundreds spears and bucklers and shields that had been King David's, which were in the house of the Most High. And he set all the people, every man having his weapon in his hand from the right side of the temple to the left side of the temple, along by the altar of the temple, by the king round about. Then they bought, then they brought out the king's son, and put upon him the crown, and gave him the testimony, and made him king. And Jehoiada and his sons anointed him, and said, "The Most High saved the king." Attila murdered. Verse
Hmm.
12.
Got to
Now
go.
when Attila, Slakia, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
go ahead. My bad. I was just saying because she got to go.
Khan indeed.
Hmm.
Verse 12. Now when Attila heard the noise of the people running and praising the king, she came to the people into the house of Yahweh, and she looked, and behold, the king stood at his pillar at the entering in, and the prince and the trumpets by the king, and all the people of the land rejoiced, and sounded with trumpets, also the singers with instruments of music, and such as taught to sing praise. Then Attila rent her clothes and said, "Treason, treason." Then Jehoiada the priest brought out the captains of hundreds that were set over the host, and said unto them, "Have her forth of the ranges, and whoso followeth her, let him be slain with the sword." For the priest said, "Slay her not in the house of Yahweh." So they laid hands on her, and when she was come to the entering of the horse gate by the king's house, they slew her there. Reforms carried out.
Hmm.
Verse 16. And Jehoiada made a covenant between him and between all the people, and between the king, that they should be Yahweh's people. All praises.
Yes, indeed.
Verse 17. Then all the people, what? Oh, okay. Then all the
Hmm.
people went to the house of evil and break it down, and
Hmm.
break his altars and his images in pieces, and slew Mattan, the priest of evil, before the altars. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise Yah indeed.
Mhm. Also, Jehoiada appointed the offices of the house of Yahweh by the hand of the priests and Levites, whom Dawid had distributed in the house of Yahweh, to offer the burnt offerings of Yahweh, as it is written in the law of Moshe, with rejoicing and with singing, as it was ordained by Dawid. And he set the porters at the gates of the house of Yahweh, that none which were unclean in anything should enter in. And he took the captains of hundreds, and the nobles, and the governors of the people, and all of the people that were, and all of the people of the land, and brought down the king from the house of Yahweh. And they came through the high gate into the king's house, and set the king upon the throne of the kingdom. And all the people of the land rejoiced, and the city was quiet. After that, they had slain Attila with the sword.
All praises.
Hallelujah.
Yes, indeed. That's the end of that evil woman and her wicked, unreasonable reign. And all praises. That's a barakah. Let me change these times here. Uh, go ahead, like if you will, to final thoughts here.
Oh, Khan.
And,
Just more great reading, more history. Very interesting. Gives us different accounts of what was going on with our ancestors.
mhm.
Uh, yeah, just more history, and it was something that oh, that's what I was gonna say. We were looking at those Paleo Hebrew dictionary earlier, and
Mhm.
on one of those websites, it's got the the Bible broken down into different parts. And
Mhm.
this part that we're reading now is actually called the writings, and
Mhm.
and it's entailed with the history of our people. So many lessons that are written in these pages that we just read, um, and we know that it's written for our learning. All praises.
All praises, hallelujah. Yes, indeed. It's definitely a great blessing to be able to come again to the house of the to the place of the Most High that we have set forth for Him, and during His time, which He have dedicated, so that we may walk in His ways and do what He has said for us to do. And it is definitely edifying and a great Barakah. To read about the valley of Barakah, and all these other situations that transpired during this time, and understanding King Jehoshaphat and how he operated and the great things that he did for the kingdom, for the nation, as well as King Asa, and learning from those things where these men got short, where they fell short, so that we know, understand. We read these things so we can have a better understanding and not make these same mistakes, and are strengthened in the way of the Most High, taking their victories and their uh, praise of the Most High and putting that into our minds and our ruachs, so that when any time is a good time to praise the Most High, but especially when He's set forth to do well to us and not making the mistakes that we read about. So it's just such a barakah and such a wonderful thing to have uh, these words, to be able to read it in this day and time. So um, with that, yeah, we are just over that 2 hour mark, about 2:20 here. We're gonna conclude. Anything? Any final thing to add on?
No, all praises to the Most High for yet another set apart day.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. All praises. Kwa halal Yahuwah Bahashem Yahushua Hamashiach. All praises to the Most High Yahuwah in the name of Yahushua the Messiah. And the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. The conclusion of the entire thing is to fear the Most High and keep His commandments, because this is the duty of mankind, forever and always. Of the end of everything is to fear the Most High and keep His commandments, because this is the duty of mankind, of all men. Uh, I am your Akazaki Yahoo, joined by my most esteemed Ak Kenaniah. We give all praise, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushua HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. We say Shalom, Wabarukim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together, and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High Power, under one covenant. Until that day, Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat shalom, family.